Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. It is Paula and today I am here with you to do a closeout from our paycheck budget from November 3rd as we go back and I'm going to go through what our actual expenses were in these categories. So let's jump right into it. I'm gonna grab a calculator here in case I need it. So first things first, I'm going to hop in and look at our incomes. So I had planned on $1233.52 for my paycheck. Oh, that's awful light. I don't want to do that. And that was accurate. That was $1233.52 was exactly what my paycheck was. My husband's paycheck was as budgeted as well, $1463.98. As for other sources of income, my mileage check was $586.18. I travel for work, and when I am traveling, I get a certain amount of cents per mile that is reimbursed to cover that. For plasma, I donated for 1 week, 1 week out of the 2, so that was $130. I did pull in this $166 from my, this was sinking funds. It was a vehicle repair sinking fund that I pulled in $166 for. And then the final source of income is, I started, I think, tracking this maybe last pay period. So when I pay myself back for expenses that I put on my card and I put cash back into the bank, I round up. And so I've started counting the difference between like the cash that I put into the bank versus the payment that I have to make on the card and counting that as roundups to make sure that this all balances at the end. So that was $2.25 that came back into the budget based off of rounding up the cash that I pay myself back. So that puts our total income at $3,581.93. So then if we hop down to fixed expenses, I did do $200 of a donation. My electric bill was $290.13. Oh, whoopsie. Sorry about that. I put $292 towards the car insurance, which will actually get paid here as soon as I get paid on the 17th. $131 towards life insurance premium, $6.48 to XM radio. Nothing towards my kids' insurance. Those premiums are waived until January. For our before school program, for my son, that ended up being $24, which is great. I got that back where I wanted. I put $50 on his school meal account. And I put $24 towards the internet bill, which will end up being right around half of it. And Kindle is still $0. I don't have that yet. Garbage is $51. We own a dumpster and we have a company come and dump it every week. And this is half of that. My mom pays the other half because she also disposes of her garbage in the same dumpster. And then I ended up canceling the Scribd subscription, so that will not come out as I had planned. So that leaves my fixed expenses at $1,068.61. If I subtract that from the income, that means that it's a difference of $2,513.32 that I have left to budget. So now we are going to come down a little bit to the variable expenses. And while my expenses are variable, they're actually pretty consistent. We put $280 towards groceries every week, $100 in our eating out envelope, not every week, every 2 weeks. $50 towards beauty, $50 for drinks, $20 into household, $140 into allowance, which is mine and my husband's spending, just on whatever we want. So that's $70 a piece. $12 goes into my kids' envelope for church. $20 into family fun, $10 into car wash. Diesel. So my husband fills up his truck with diesel at our local co-op, and we get a certain amount off per gallon because he has an account there, and then we get the bill at the end of the month. I put $100 towards that instead of $150 this month. This month. For work meals, that was $20. Massage was $60. So all of those were as budgeted. Which is $862. They were all as budgeted other than the diesel bill. All the cash expenses were as budgeted, which if I subtract that from this, that is $1,651.32 left to budget. So one thing to note with these variable expenses, I count them all as this is where it went. And then if I have any left for rollover, it goes into savings challenges, but I still put it as, as it were spent here. Or like, I know that I use the car wash money for something else, but I still put it in that envelope, and this is where it was allocated to. And as long as I stay within those cash categories, overall, I'm okay with that. So now jumping up to our sinking funds. A few of these are online. So I did put $25 into the online sinking fund for Christmas. I put nothing towards LP, which is the fuel for our heat. Because I have a large credit on that account at this point in time, so I'm not worried about that. I did put $80 into our travel sinking fund, which is in the 100 envelope challenge right now. $20 towards the kids sinking fund online. So gas, I put $50 from the budget as planned, but I also put the entire mileage check towards our vehicle gas, which means I'm going to do that math real quick just to make sure that this is correct. So 50 plus the mileage check there is $636.18. I put $25 toward vehicle repairs in the online sinking fund. And I put $53 in my 52-week challenge, which goes right into my online emergency fund. I put $300 towards our project. For those of you who don't know, we added on a bathroom and a storage room to our garage. And we have, my husband did most of the work other than the plumbing and electrical. And so that project is finished. I just paid, or I have paid the plumber, I've paid the electrician. The plumber came in to actually set it up. So it is functioning, and I'm waiting just on the bill from the plumber. That will be the final thing we have to pay for. So I'm still putting money away for that until that is taken care of. I did put $2 away for Google storage, which is my phone storage, $15 for my workout program that I pay for yearly, and then cash envelopes, which is sinking funds and savings challenges. Nothing to medical yet. That will be a future kind of plan. I put $219 into cash envelopes for savings challenges and my cash sinking funds. So I'm going to explain that really quickly because I have it broken down. So I had budgeted $101, so I took that $101. I also used the $9 that was difference here. The $16 that was the difference in the before school program. $20 out of out of plasma. I'm not really sure what I did with the rest of it, I guess, but $20 from this week of plasma went into those envelopes. The money that I didn't spend on Scribd went in there, and then $60 of $60 of rollover. So not rollover from the past, but just what was kind of left in the... So after I had done everything that I needed and put everything in all the right categories, we had $60 left in the paycheck budget. So that was just kind of at the end, what would have been miscellaneous. It came up here instead. Well, and actually that $60 of rollover, a lot of it came from right here from the, I didn't spend that. So just what was left in the paycheck budget afterwards, I just ended up putting back in here into savings. And then, so I guess I will add up my sinking fund category. So that looks like $1,375.18. If I take the difference between that and the $1,651.32 that I had left over to budget, we are left with $276.14 left to budget. Coming down into this bottom category, I did have a vehicle repair expense. I said that I pulled $166 in from the sinking fund. That went to pay for the battery for my husband's van. And then what we're left with is our miscellaneous expenses. So let me jump in here to where I kind of track those. And we have, let me see. All right, so then I'm just gonna do buffer because there's some of that as well. Okay, so for miscellaneous expenses, I had 110 is the total. Oh, okay, so 110 was the total for miscellaneous expenses, and what that was is I had taken 110 of the plasma money. 20 of it went into cash envelopes, and the other 110 went into paying for the hotel water park trip that we had planned to take my kiddos, to cash fund that. So that's where that other 110 of the week of plasma went, is into that, what I'm considering a miscellaneous expense. And then buffer. So at the end, it was really just kind of the leftover change, which should be 9 cents if I've done my math correctly. So 166.05 plus 110 plus 9 cents leaves me with 276.14, which is what we had left to budget going into our other. So that does leave us with a zero-based budget. So let's come down here quickly and just fill out the summary area and double check the math. So the income was, or inflow, I guess, was $3,581.93. My fixed expenses totaled $1,068.61. My variable expenses were $862. My sinking funds were $1,375.18. And my other expenses were $276.14. So let's just check that math to make sure the summary comes up right here. Minus 1068.61 minus 862 minus 1375.18 minus 276.14. Yes, so that does leave us with our zero-based budget. So, oops, so that all comes out the way that it is supposed to, which is always exciting when that happens. So that is what I have for our closing out this paycheck and preparing to go into the next payday. So please, if you have any questions, leave them below, like this video on your way out, and subscribe if you enjoy budgeting content. Until next time, guys, bye.